Hi.
Hey,
Hi. Oh my gosh, how are you?
good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome.
Ah,
Looks like it's winter by both of us.
I know. I was just gonna say, what the heck? Aren't you in like KZN by the beach? Where are you? It
I
looks
don't know, it's
freezing.
very cold. It's very cold. It's like since 2 days now. It's very cold.
Oh no, I'm
Last night
sorry.
yesterday I was sitting in the house with the doors closed. Like, can you imagine? Never do that.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah. It was really cold. But it's okay. It's
Okay.
nice. I get to wear this nice green jacket that I love so much. So
That's cool. Oh, goodness. Okay, hang on. My computer's doing something funny. Okay, here we go. All right. So, obviously, you've been part of my little wobbly. Can you hear me? I
yeah,
don't know, my
I
internet's
can hear
going
you. No,
out.
I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so when I got my mind blown by you and Claude, I was like reading through the emails. And it's so comparing them to the emails that I had before, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, this is so different and this speaks so much to what I'm trying to say. But then it felt like such a contrast to the DMS original emails. And then I just had like, I was like, what is it just felt like this disconnect. Um, and then, I mean, I wrote back to you about that, but I've been sitting on that for a bit. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But I know it's going to make sense with time. I just, when you have your mind blown and then you think, oh, kind of got to regroup with that. So that's where I am with that. But yes,
I think sometimes when we get a different perspective, it also upgrades our way of thinking. So I think that's
yeah,
what happened there.
yeah,
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
So I just want to make sure because I'm still like, I was trying to chat to you and chat to Claude and trying to figure out what you actually meant with the disconnect part.
Hmm.
So I'm still feeling a little bit unclear on what it is that you mean. Do you mean that you don't think that the offer itself is a good fit for what you're trying to build? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, I think, and maybe it's because I'm still not clear on it, because I feel like there's a disconnect. So let's say I put myself into the shoes of someone else. So like I'm speaking with my voice, and then they land up in DMS and they hear the DMS voice, which is like for me and my situation makes sense. But I'm thinking for other therapists, if they wanted to, hmm. I just feel like my voice sounds so different than
So
what
what is
Lazelle's
the
voice
outcome
is.
that the therapist is looking for? I think that's the
Yeah,
question that we need to ask. Like, what do they
yeah.
get out of what you offer?
So basically, like if they're looking for another income that's totally separate to their therapy work, that they can then also promote. But I think the confusion is that I'm speaking to therapists, but therapists might be speaking to, or coaches, they might be speaking to a totally different group of people. So not necessarily other coaches and therapists. So I'm thinking the confusion is for me that I'm thinking that they may be also going to be speaking to other coaches and therapists. And I think it's because I came around from like wanting to market my own things. And my own things are kind of in the field of therapy, whereas DMS is not. So
Mm.
like if I do not DMS, but like within DMS, you can also learn to do your own offer, which is the part I like. And I'm thinking the part that therapists are going to struggle with is like reselling DMS.
Okay, so they might not necessarily want to resell a program, but they do want to
Yeah.
learn how to launch their own offers and product
Yeah.
programs. And you
You
feel that
see, you
DMS
just say
does
it
not,
like so easy.
so what you're saying is that you feel that DMS is not really fulfilling that promise of teaching you how to do your own thing.
Well, maybe that's what I'm feeling, but I don't think that it is the case. Like if I listen to, like if I li I think also what put me off was one of the webinars that I listened to, but the workshops are totally different.
Mm.
So I came in through the workshops and like I listened to the webinars and I'm like, I don't know if I would have come in through a webinar. I don't know why they so, maybe I haven't listened to enough of them.
Yeah, because it's really like, yeah, it's a sales call.
Yeah.
And the workshop is more like it's really giving you some value before the pitch, where the
Yeah.
webinar there isn't that much value. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. Some people are saying like, oh, they learned so much, and the new people that come in, they're like, oh, I've learned so much. They're using it like as educational calls, and I'm like, maybe I've seen this too much. Like, I don't know, not feeling it.
I don't know, and there's that, and there's also, I think maybe for me in the back of my mind, there might also be like part of me is a little bit confused about what happened with you and Lizelle. So I'm like, I don't know. If that is how she's
My
treated
customers happens.
you,
Okay.
like what if she's gonna treat like the people that I bring in like that too? I don't know.
So my th thinking was when you mentioned
Yeah.
this and that you asked if you could rather bring them to my community and then with my
Yes.
course so that they can do their own thing, which
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I don't have any problem with that. You could absolutely do
Yeah.
it. But what I was thinking was about your income because
Yeah.
you're not going to have the income potential this way than that way. I mean, you could get them in there and still in here, and then they could get everything and you could get paid more.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe talk me through that because I'm like, what has it? I don't know, you don't have to answer, but like when I look for proof on DMS, I'm struggling to find proof like from like-minded people. So there's one or two
Mm.
from coaches, but I haven't felt comfortable putting many of the like because I'm trying to create a post with proof and I'm like, no, that doesn't sit right, or that doesn't sit right. So I don't know.
Mm.
Um, yeah. And I guess, yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking before I get more confused? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day because you're gonna have to do what feels aligned with you. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you force yourself into a direction which doesn't feel right. But then also, I want to give you a different perspective on
Yeah.
the DMS thing, which
Yeah.
could be, okay, maybe this doesn't feel 100% aligned to you, but do you think being there, you are still learning and growing?
Yeah. Totally. Absolutely.
So is it a positive experience or not a positive experience?
It's a positive experience. And this is the chat that I was having with Claudius about like, I'm the type of person who can see, these are the things that I'm getting from this. But it's not always that's being like put on the front of the like cover. So I'm gaining all these things that I can see that I'm gaining. Whereas if someone else, let's say I encourage someone else to get it because of these things, they might not see through the noise of the other stuff and see, oh, I'm actually gaining all of these things. And then like because I feel like I need to be responsible for everything.
Okay,
I'm
so there's
like,
the thing. There's the thing.
yeah,
And in reality, right, even though we feel that we are responsible for everybody and that we want to control all their outcomes, right, when they
yeah,
invest in us with a product, it's not really our responsibility what they make of
yeah,
it. It's our responsibility to get their opportunity in front of them. And what they make
Mm,
with that, that's totally up to them. You can't control
mm,
their outcome in any way.
mm,
Even if you have this
mm.
vision for them, like they have their own vision, they're going to do their own thing.
It's so true. And I think like, and this is why I know I'll get there. I'm just going through this so that I understand myself in it better and I understand the process. And which is so cool that you have had experience with this and other, like, was it called? Legacy?
Mm.
Yeah. Um, so yes, but it's making me think like with putting posts out there, like I just want to show first my journey. I don't want to rush into like pushing
Pushing for
what's
sales.
happening. But also it makes me think like how do I show my proof if I'm not like selling yet?
So what you
Like
can do that would actually
yes.
benefit your customer and would make you feel more at ease is
Yeah.
you could create a product that
Yeah.
kind of breaks it down in your vision of what you found in DMS, what helped you, what you used, the things that they can look for, what you think that's going to help them. So you kind of
Yeah.
build out their first month of what they like, what you've gathered, what you believe is going to help them in their
Mm.
journey, and you could probably give that to them as an add-on when they get into, say, DMS, you give them this product as well. So that's added value,
Mm.
and that's something from you that's going to help them to just navigate the journey a little
Yeah.
bit better. Kind of like what I did with my tech course,
Yeah.
and I gave it to you as an add-on when you joined,
Yeah.
and it helped you a lot. So don't you think
It
creating
like
something
literally blew my mind. Like you've blown my mind. And what I love about it is like when you was like that is what's given me permission. Like on my intro to the YouTube, I'm like, yes, you can go here and I'll help you with the therapy and coaching piece. You can go to Lizelle for what the offer is.
the
S-
marketing?
Yeah,
That's marketing, and this is tech, and then you help them with
yeah,
others and the business choices and the
yeah, yeah. So it's so interesting, and I mean, I don't know how I've ended up here, but I'm here and I'm trusting the process. But I've learned so much from it, like the such a steep learning curve, not only just like and I'm so grateful, like I've said in the message, that to have you at the early foundation phases of this, because otherwise I think I'd be swimming in confusion for a little bit longer than I am right now. But yeah, so
So, yeah, I have a lot of
that's where my
compassion
connect.
for new people starting out, especially if they purchase like from somebody who isn't really involved or doesn't really know anything, or like, I mean, it's awkward for a while. Very. But at least if you can get some help, that makes it easier, I'm very sure. I didn't have that
Oh,
luxury when I started.
oh, oh. When did it start like actually making sense to you? Like you saying took you a while.
Probably from more than 6 months, it started getting a little bit more clear. And
Mm,
then like a year down the line, the clarity started being more. Now, 2 years down the line, I feel a lot more clear.
mm. It's very interesting. Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I guess if I had somebody that I could sit with for 6 weeks, I think I would have just crunched that all down a lot faster, because then I didn't have to doubt myself, wonder, is this thing correct? Is that thing correct? I could have just asked, like, can you check this thing? Give me feedback on that. Tell me what to do here. I did this thing, but now I'm confused. If I had that, I would have moved a lot faster.
Hmm. Because I think for me, I've been, what is it? I've been like, so I used to do, things have changed so much. I used to do like Instagram Instagram posting for my therapy business. Then I got too many clients. Then I couldn't handle my marketing anymore. And then like after a year, like all my clients felt better. And then I was like, oh, and then trying to dive back into it. I'm like, everything's changed. What do I do? Like just after 2 years, like the way people post or how like it's just so crazy. So then I was like, no, I need to find a system or like something that's gonna help me to do it. So for 2 years I've been kind of like sitting on the fence about re-entering the world of social media. And I'm like, I have all these posts prepared, but I'm not actually posting them because I don't actually like, I don't want to end up in the same place. So, but now being on DMS and in tech confidence community is like actually just I'm getting it done because I've got something to follow. That's not just me with all my like, I could do this better or is this gonna work vibe. So it's been really motivational. Um, so that like, and then I'm like, is that like if I pitch that, that's not like what other people need or want, and then I start to get confused. But I think what's helpful is if I go, like you say, create that like month sort of like container. This is what I gained from it. If this is the type of thing that you're looking for help with too, um, and then yeah.
And you can even in that product that you're selling, you could even put the upsell in there because then that would be like your added value to if they purchase that, right? And then they get your perspective on it included. But then at the end of your perspective, you could give them an upsell where you would work with them directly for a month
Hmm.
or whatever you want to do it, 6 weeks,
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm. I think at the beginning, I'm just going to send them to you.
It's okay. It's okay. Do that.
Do you know those
Cool.
school adverts you get on Facebook or Instagram?
I've never seen that actually.
Do you not? So like when I go there, there's like a school ad and then I read them and they're like, okay, so how can this help me? How can I start my community? And then I've just been posting, go here, and I'm adding your link. This lady knows what she's talking about. Is that
Nice.
okay?
On the school ads. I love it. Keep doing it. Nobody's
Okay.
joined yet though, so I don't know if it's working. Maybe Alex and them are deleting it.
Maybe, maybe. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should ask you first before I do that. I've done it twice, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm going to ask you if that's okay
No,
though.
you can definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But put your own link, your invite people link, right? Not the one that I sent you to join the community.
My own link. So when I go to your page, I click it, there's like invite people.
Yeah.
That's the one I've been using.
Okay, then it's good. That's the one.
Okay.
That's the one. So that's so cool. I like that.
But there's like so many people like on the school ad, like, and because nobody replies to them.
You need to send that to me so I can also see.
Okay.
Because I'm
I'll
not
put
doing
that.
any form of outreach and I could be making a lot more money.
You could. And I'm like, every
Check
time
it.
you post, I'll be like, I'm here. She's legit.
I love it.
Anyway.
So that's also good. Like, oh, but in the Facebook groups, we're not allowed to share really links in there. So, but yeah, if I can just get the people asking the questions, I could go and talk to them in the DMs. There's no 10 limits on Facebook. On school, they stop us from doing outreach. And I think I would have gotten into outreach a lot longer ago and I would have been a lot better at it if school allowed it because everything I'm doing is on school always. So if I could send more than 10 messages a week, I probably would have been an outreach master here on school.
So the school Facebook group, you're not allowed to share links, or where are you not allowed to share links?
And mostly, most Facebook groups, because Facebook groups are kind of also like a community. So people don't
Yeah.
like you marketing service or products in there that it's
Yeah.
not theirs.
But if they're giving out ads and
Oh,
people are asking questions on their ads and nobody's
that's
answering their
fine.
questions,
That's
like
totally fine.
that's on them. Like if they were answering, fine, do it.
I think the
But they're
thing
not
that
answering.
happens is they have a Go high level system hooked up to that ad. So when somebody
Ah,
puts a specific word, which they know is a high word that people comment, then that person gets an automated DM, and that automated DM asks them for the information. The system captures the information and nurtures them automatically. So they don't have to physically be involved at all.
okay. Because they're saying, has anybody got back to you yet? Like if somebody asks this question, like, okay, sounds amazing, but where do I even start? And then somebody else is like, great question. Has anybody got back to you? No. And then I'm like, okay, fine.
Oh,
Go to this lady. She can help you. So
wow.
every time I see one of those, I'm like, okay, fair game.
Wow, I need to come and play. Send me the ad.
Okay. If it happens to me again, I'll take a screenshot and I don't know how else. I don't know if I can share it with you, but yeah. So anyway, that was one of my questions. Am I allowed to do this or am I gonna get us into
Another
trouble?
thing that you could also do is, like you mentioned about, yeah, but the thing is, it's always better to get the money up front, right? Because okay, they are gonna come in here and then they're gonna realize when they have created their own product that they are lacking the marketing. They need help with marketing. They don't know how to create content. They don't know how to all that stuff. Where
Hmm.
DMS is gonna be the solution.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of better to get the money up front, is what I'm, yeah, to let them get them in there first, whether they like it or not, it will grow on them. Like it will grow on them. As to where you get them in here, and then they buy the course and they do the thing and they get stuck, and then they're gonna wonder, like, okay, but wouldn't it have been easier for me if I just got all of this all at once right at the beginning? As to where they would struggle for 6 months first and then realize, but there has to be a solution for this. Somebody must teach us how to do marketing. Where is that?
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
maybe somebody else in the community already got them and got them into legacy or TMS.
Okay.
But what you could do,
That's
if you
interesting.
don't want to put them in there first, you could bring them in here and then just keep an eye on them. Like nurture them inside the community so that they know like you are their go-to always.
Well, I think, and maybe that's what I do I'm holding my head because I've got so many thoughts. Maybe that's what I do is like if you're looking for this, go here. If you're looking for this, go here. Or is that going to confuse people? Do you just send them to one place?
Yeah, the
I
thing
don't
is
know.
because people, when they want to get started at something like this, it's usually because they don't know anything what really to do. So if you give them options, they're not going to know which option is really right for them.
Hmm.
So that's why it's always one problem, one person, one solution.
Yeah.
And then after you've solved one problem, you can solve the next problem.
Okay.
AKA an upsell or a downsell or something.
Okay. Okay.
I do understand your concern regarding if they would get into DMS and then it's not the same thing as what you kind of promised them,
Hmm.
because it is kind of two different worlds. But if you could give them that product, which is a little bit of you and how your perspective on it and how you used it and how they could also use it, I think that's going to make a massive difference.
It's like I feel like I'm trying to get the two things to merge. So if it's taking me a while to understand it, I'm wondering, like, I need to
So
make it
this
clear for
product
myself.
bridges that gap that you are feeling
Hmm.
now. And you're not going to be able to really feel that the gap has been filled unless you have actually went over the breach and done it.
Hmm.
Because right now you don't know what that product looks like, you don't know how you explain it, you're not really sure how you're breaking it down yet, you're not really sure what you're including, you're not really sure what's the outcome. You don't know that yet because you haven't, I don't think you've thought about that yet.
So we're looking at building the bridge.
So that's where your 3-day workshop is going to come in handy. So you can get back to day one there and then go and draw that picture that Lizelle says about what are the pains that they're having, what is the desires that they are having, and then your product is the bridge. And then what do you put into your product to bridge those problem outcome?
Okay, this is gonna make sense to me later.
I think I
Thank
just did
you.
that workshop so many times, it's imprinted in my brain.
Hmm. Yeah,
Looks like
it's a good workshop. Makes a lot of sense.
something like that. Very nice bridge I have there, huh? So straight.
It's beautiful.
No idea. Don't know. Well, this picture is worth a couple of $1,000s, I'm not gonna lie. So I
It's amazing.
think it's worth drawing it out.
Is that the first time you drew it out?
I think so.
Oh, that's cool. I've got mine somewhere too in my folder here.
But I
Let's
think
bring it
also
out.
every time you do it, it gets a little bit more clear. I haven't done it in a
Yeah.
while. I should actually do it again. Yeah. My goal for this weekend is actually to take myself through this first week process that you guys have gone through and put my stuff also in like that. Because right now I have like my stuff is all over the place. I haven't put it together yet. So I think, yeah, this weekend I'm gonna finish that. Then
Yeah.
I've already thought of my next offer also for
Cool.
the community. But this is gonna be, I think, a low ticket thing, and it's only gonna be available for like a weekend to test it first.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give
Okay,
them
good.
like a email audit with Claude, and I can charge some money for that.
Oh
And
my gosh, yes.
super value out of that. Like, how much do you think I can charge?
Like if they're not, I don't
Nobody
know.
knows about Claude. Nobody's on it. The ones that joined, they just don't know yet anything.
I don't know. How much would you charge?
I don't know. I don't want to make it actually too little so that they don't think it's valuable because I think it's super valuable. So maybe 97. And
Yeah.
we could do the capture page and the emails so that they can
Totally. If,
better
yeah, and
define.
because you're getting them to do some homework first, right? They
Yeah.
have to give you information, then you input it. Totally.
If
Yeah.
that, yeah, they're
Easily.
literally doing all the work. I just give them the an intake form to fill in with all the details.
Yeah.
If they have as the form, they're gonna get have as results, and that's not my problem.
Yeah. Exactly. So the responsibility is on you. Know, makes sense. Definitely. Yeah. Speaking of the emails, though, I have a question because, and that's going to be so easy for you. Sorry, my brain is like thinking different things. You're talking about this product. It's going to make it like Claude is going to make it super streamlined for you to create, and it's going to help streamline it for them. It's a no-brainer. I think that's great. Then when I looked at the email audit, my question was compared to you might be getting a lot of people coming to you with the like, oh my gosh, this is so aligned. Now what do I do with DMS or whatever the other ones are called?
Maybe
Anyway,
post the
so
DMS and tell everybody about your new campaign and who wrote it. That's what you do.
awesome. I made a note. So my question is, the DMS emails offer a lot more spaces for links. The one that like with the email audit, I've got 3 links just on day 4, 5, and 6.
And the other emails have no links.
No links.
So
And
the
these 3 links are only to the sales page.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
there's one for the guide on the first one.
Yeah. So the first one should be the guide. On the next one, well, you should add a link in each email, I believe, because each
Yeah.
email should move them closer. Whether they purchase one, I don't think anybody actually purchases within the first couple of emails if they know you from nowhere. If they've been watching you for months online, maybe. But if somebody's just coming into your funnel and they discovered you this week, there's no way they're gonna press the buy button. They'll maybe look at
Mm.
it, but they're not gonna buy it straight away.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it's still important to put the link there for them for if they want to go see, okay, what is this? This sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I would maybe
Does
add
it need
a
a,
video in there as well. Why don't you make a
yeah.
and tell them? But try to not give too much information because I've also noticed the more you say, the more confusion there is and the less action happens. So you need to give as little as possible so that they actually need to pull it out of you. Because you need to say something just to open the curiosity. Whatever the question comes to their mind, they will ask it to you. But if you give them everything, they have nothing to ask, and then they like, yeah, I don't know. And then they're feeling already overwhelmed because maybe something that you've already made sense of now in the last 2 months, it's not gonna instantly make sense to them when you say it.
Mm.
So you have to kind of think where you started and how confusing everything was as you went through it the first time and see how you can make that clearer for the next person coming in.
Without
You
telling
didn't
them.
actually also go through any process. You just came to the workshop and you're bored. You have no idea about the funnel,
And maybe that's
the
part of my
emails.
confusion. It's because
I
I haven't
also
been
didn't
through.
have that experience. I just bought. I didn't know what a funnel was. I never heard the word. I asked if I could start without the domain. So there's also like that beginning gap for me because I bought from somebody that I knew.
Mm.
So I can't really think back to that. She had literally helped me with everything.
Yeah.
So yours
Okay.
would be then also to get them onto the workshop. And then another thing I
Yeah, I'm
wanted
not.
to ask you, when you read my
Yes.
post in the Schoolers community, what was
Yes.
it about that post that made you want to come to my community?
I don't know.
Or what was it about that post that got you thinking something happened when you read that post that made you take action?
I'll have to look at the post again. I'll answer the question. I know that I was,
That's going to help you as well to
yeah,
identify what could make your person move.
because I then joined your community, then you sent me an email. I'm like, cool, there's a workshop. Let me go to the workshop. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, I
That
sent
makes
you a
a lot of
message.
sense.
I don't even remember what I said.
Okay. Because I think I'm not going, I don't think sending people to the webinars is a good idea for my customer. They're going to go to the webinar and they're going to go like, no,
What are these
thanks.
people doing?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, the webinar doesn't really focus on the building your own product. It's just about, oh, we're giving you this and we're giving you that and we're giving you every single thing that you need. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. Go make money.
yeah.
Where the workshops, I also like that approach better.
Okay, so I will find out. I'll go back and look at my little journey and then I'll feedback for you as well. Might be interesting. Um, I had some questions here. My question in the emails, I'm wondering, okay, what links do I share? Add a link in each email, add a video that gives them a bit of info, not too much info. Um, so in the DMS campaign, it gives you two first email with the link to the video, the second email with a link to the video.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it gives you only the sales link.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if also when you do the Claude low ticket offer, maybe that's worth also adding there so that they don't just like me, Claude gave me the option for 3 links. But if
Yeah.
that's not enough, then maybe like on each day send a link at least. Or is that
Okay.
up
Yeah.
to the
If I
people?
give their thing back to them, then I'll
Yeah,
include the thing where to add it. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out.
yeah. No, you're welcome. Because I just think like
Mm. Yeah,
otherwise I would
they
just
already don't know, so maybe they won't even ask. They'll just like, oh, this is correct because I paid for it. So yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. There was one other thing about proof. So one of the emails
Add
asks you
proof.
to like add proof.
Mm. So you
So
can see where you can add that in. So which email is talking about?
I think it's number 3.
So the one that they rewrote where the screenshot was in the previous email, what changed in that email? Is there no room to add something about?
Yeah. There is a room to add something
You
about
could also, what you could do is if you wanted to do that one specific email, upload this all to Claude into your project, right? And
hmm,
then you say, okay, I want to add some proof also in these emails. Where would I put it? And then you could share the proof and you could say, okay, adjust the email to talk about this story. Because I have seen in one of the audits, it said, there's proof in there, but nothing about the email talks about what's in the screenshot. So what's the point? So it
hmm,
needs to tell the story of the screenshot that you're sharing. You can even
hmm,
add an email or you can ask it to create more emails for you. You can say this is the starting point because remember we also did the psychology of the email sequence and the things of
hmm,
where the urgency goes and all of that. So you could
hmm,
follow that framework and just add more emails on because I also don't think that 6 emails is enough. And you
hmm,
could maybe instead of sending the emails um every single day for 30 days, you could probably space it out a little bit more.
hmm.
Because no, I don't think no matter how many somebody likes you, they don't want to hear that much. Like it's good, give me the info, but not every day. That's a lot.
Do you
That
think even
only
at the
can make me
beginning?
unsubscribe to people is if they send too many emails.
Yeah. So let's think about this. When people get the lead magnet, at that point, would you
In the
have,
first couple of days, I would do it every day. But after like the 6 emails, I would do it like 2 days, 3 days.
okay,
Hmm.
fine. Where was my other question?
We are going to cut off now. Let's come back into the Zoom.
Okay,
Okay, I'll see you now.
okay, I see now.